Hello, everyone. Thank you again for joining us for this webinar with Celebrity Cruises. Today, we have Christina Falcone giving us more information about what's going on with Celebrity, any updates, and all there is to know. So, Christina can go ahead and take it away.
Thank you so much, Camila. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Christina Falcone. I am the National Account Manager for Celebrity Cruises, and I'm here to talk to you all about what is going on with Celebrity, what's new, where are we headed in 2025 and into 2026. A little bit of news to share regarding some of our new ships, some refurbishment to some of our ships, as well as some really great offers and promotions that we have going on now. So we have a lot of really exciting information to get to. So I'm just going to jump right into it because a few of you may have heard about our news today. Yes, we have discussed and we have announced our priority access for our Celebrity River cruises that we cannot wait to be able to share even more information with you in the coming weeks. So, back in January, February, when we announced our brand new venture of Celebrity River Cruises, we announced that we would come to this and really kind of get into the booking windows of Celebrity River Cruises a little further into the year. And after a few delays, here we are at the middle and end of August, where we can proudly announce that priority access bookings will open on September 3rd. So, what that means is the priority access will be a limited number of bookings and reservations that will essentially be a placeholder for you to then be able to convert into an actual booking once we officially release our itineraries later in the month of September. So, if you do wish to be that first person to raise your hand to set sail on Celebrity River Cruises, I encourage you to work with the cruise.com team or your affiliate host member and make sure that you can go ahead and get that reservation booked for you. What this will be a $500 refundable deposit per cabin, where you're again raising your hand and saying, I wish to know and wish to be the first to sail on Celebrity River Cruises when we set sail in the summer of 2027. So the priority access will open on September 3rd. You'll be able to make that reservation, get that booking number, and then you will receive an e-brochure that comes with the itineraries, pricing, as well as our deck plan. So all of the information will become more available on September 3rd. But if you are dying to get on board Celebrity River Cruises, I highly encourage you to raise your hand for our priority access that will start on September 3rd. And we are so excited. We know that we are bringing Celebrity Cruises just everything about our elevated premium experiences, from everything that we do so incredibly well on the ocean side, bringing it to the riverside, to destinations that our guests want to get closer to. And we're so excited to be able to start offering that starting in the summer of 2027. So that is the big news today. We announced it today. We cannot wait for Celebrity River Cruises to finally start taking shape starting September 3rd. So while that was the big news today, I had to make sure that I put that first just so that we can kind of get that out of the way and get you excited for what's to come with Celebrity Cruises. And really, at Celebrity Cruises, we want to deliver on what it means to be elevated. And with that, we are doing it through our 5 incredible pillars, whether it be our sense of place, our stay, our food and drink, live shows and activities, and of course, our unrivaled hospitality. So what we're really doing to deliver on being elevated is exceeding expectations of what a premium vacation can be by indulging a sense of curiosity through an elevated journey. And again, we're carrying that through to the river. So it'll be a seamless experience from sailing with Celebrity Cruises on board in the ocean sector and moving into the river sector as well. So let's take a look as to what that might look like for our guests.
I feel like new sunglasses, like a brand new pair of jeans. I feel like taking chances. I feel alive. Brand new. I feel brand new.
So as you can see, nothing comes close to sailing with Celebrity Cruises, from everything that we offer on board, again, going back to the hospitality, the food and drink options on board, and of course, the stay and the sense of place. So, when we look at Celebrity Cruises, we truly do offer more choices for every guest in every stateroom. And we have really three pricing programs that we break down. So I'll start with our one on the right here. We have cruise only, and that is our lowest fare available. That is going to be if you just want to get on board, have a great time, whether it's you want to purchase your beverages a la carte, or maybe you're part of our incredible Captain's Club loyalty program where you get that benefit of the happy hour at Elite and above. It's a really great opportunity to take advantage of incredible rates to get on board some of our most sought after sailings and being able to really then just personalize and customize your vacation how you wish. Then, of course, we have all included. That is the best value for our guests when they sail with us. That means that you're going to have the classic drink package and classic Wi Fi from the moment you book your cruise, meaning as soon as you step on board, there's no need to worry about drinks or Wi Fi. You can stay as connected or disconnected as you wish. Plus, you'll be able to enjoy everything from specialty coffees and teas, sodas, juices, and spirit and cocktail drinks, of course, and our incredible selection of wines by the glass. Now, once you do purchase the all included, you are going to save about $200 to $800 per person, depending on the voyage length. So it truly does add up to some really great savings. And if you do wish to upgrade your drink package, maybe to the premium package, because you really want to enjoy some of those more premium liquor and alcohol beverages, you can do so pre-cruise. We usually run some really great pre-cruise flash sales, or you can do so once you're on board. So lots of customization and personalization once again. Then, of course, if you're really looking and to treat yourself and celebrate an incredible milestone, the retreat truly offers the unrivaled and unmatched amenities on board Celebrity Cruises with our premium drinks package and premium Wi Fi included immediately from the start. So, the retreat is our suite class, and I'll get into that a little further into the presentation. But essentially, all of our suites from our Sky Suite all the way up to our Iconic Suite are included in the retreat. You have these incredible amenities that will come with your package, plus really great exclusive amenities that you'll have once you're on board. So speaking of on board, let's go ahead and step aboard our ships. Many of you, if you've sailed with Celebrity Cruises, you have been with us for quite some time. You have seen us go through many ships from our first inception back in the late 80s and early 90s with the Chandra's family. And then as we entered into the new millennium with our Millennium series after being purchased and brought into the Royal Caribbean group. So we have our ships and our fleet broken down into four main classes of ships. I'll start with our top right here. This is our Millennium series. Our Millennium series is comprised of four ships: the Celebrity Millennium, Celebrity Summit, Celebrity Infinity, and Celebrity Constellation. And what I love so much about our Millennium series is that they are the perfectly classic size ship. I call them our vintage vessels, and they really do get better with age, where the fact is that they can get into some of our more niche and smaller destinations. Celebrity Summit currently sailing our open jaw in Alaska, getting to some of those harder to reach ports in Alaska, allowing for a little bit more exploration in far and unknown ports. We have Celebrity Millennium sailing in Asia, doing incredibly well and sailing to some of those really great destinations over in Asia, whether it be Japan in the summertime or even into Southeast Asia in the fall and winter. And then, of course, we have Celebrity Infinity, who is our year round resident of Europe, and the Celebrity Constellation, currently sailing the Adriatic and Dalmatian coast, getting into those really amazing destinations in Croatia and Italy, of course. So the Millennium series, and I'll get into this a little further, but has really just beautifully classically designed ship, small enough, about 2,200 guests, to really provide an absolutely incredible experience. Then moving into our Solstice series on the bottom left, this is the series that really brought Celebrity Cruises into the modern luxury era of cruising. And with that, we introduced our famous Aqua class, which has now been retrofitted into our Millennium series and completely evolved through our Edge series. So it really allows for our guests to enjoy the modern luxury of cruising, whether it be relaxing in our Persian gardens if they're in Aqua class, or being able to relax on a quarter acre of fresh lawn on our lawn club, The Solstice series is some of our most favorite ships by our guests, and she's comprised of 5 ships. We have Celebrity Solstice, Celebrity Eclipse, Celebrity Equinox, Celebrity Silhouette, and Celebrity Reflection. Each of these sailing a corner of the globe that is so fun to so many and just an absolutely amazing experience, carrying about 3,200 guests, a complete fan favorite for all of us here at Celebrity Cruises. Now, before we get into our Edge series, I am going to touch a little bit on our Galapagos ship. So we do sail the Galapagos Islands year round with a purpose-built ship specifically for the Galapagos themselves, the Celebrity Flora. The Celebrity Flora is a 100-passenger, 50 all-suite, all-inclusive experience. And there's no better way to explore the ruggedness and wilderness of the Galapagos Islands than in the absolute pristine luxury of the Celebrity Flora. From everything being included, from flights on us to transfers, whether it be transfers from the airport to our pre-stay hotel in Quito, as well as our intra-flight from Baltra to from Quito to Baltra, where you will then meet the Celebrity Flora for 7 absolutely amazing and life-changing days where you will visit 2 different islands per day and really get into exploring such an unknown part of the world and really untouched. When we think about how many guests visit the Galapagos Islands, it is still such a small percentage of us here on this great, big, beautiful planet that have the opportunity to get to the Galapagos Islands, get up close and personal with the wildlife there, and experience just an ecosystem that exists nowhere else in the world. Celebrity Flora truly is an absolutely game-changing and life-changing experience. If you have the joy de vivre to want to go out and experience more, I highly encourage you to sail with us to the Galapagos Islands. Or if you're one that has said, I've been everywhere, where should I go next? The Galapagos Islands should definitely be on your bucket list. So as an avid Galapagos cruiser, I absolutely think that everyone should have the opportunity to visit the Galapagos Island, and specifically on Celebrity Cruises. And so last, we'll get to our Edge series. Our Edge series is our most technologically advanced series of ships yet. And the Edge series debuted in 2018 with the beautiful Celebrity Edge and has since had 3 other ships join our fleet: Celebrity Apex, Celebrity Beyond, Celebrity Ascent, and coming soon later this year, is Celebrity Excel. And she will be the 5th in this incredible game-changing Edge series of ships. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the Edge series as we get ready for the launch of Celebrity Excel herself. But just some little notes and features here on each of the class of ships on board with Celebrity Cruises. As I mentioned, the Millennium series, just that classic level of cruising, classic style with the traditional dining room, rooftop terrace. All of our ships feature incredible outdoor spaces. We do feature the retreat sun deck for those guests that are sailing in the retreat. All new suites and staterooms, because we have updated these ships quite a bit. And then we do feature some specialty dining here on board Celebrity Millennium series with Tuscan Grill, which is an Italian steakhouse, Le Petit Chef, which is our really fun and interactive dining experience, and then Sushi on 5 for a really incredible fresh sushi each day. Then moving on to our Solstice series, as I mentioned, this is where we introduce the Lawn Club, really allowing for our guests to enjoy and really just enjoy the picnic under the sea or on the sea, under the sun, whether you're sailing through the Alaska glaciers or the fjords of Norway. Just a really cool place to take it all in from the top deck with the Lawn Club. Now, we also did introduce some additional specialty dining on board Murano, which is a fan favorite. It is a really beautiful boutique French restaurant with tableside preparations of lots of our dishes there. Our Lawn Club Grill, again, an alfresco dining opportunity, as well as the porch. And now for the Edge series, again, just some highlights here. She was the first ship designed fully in 3D, meaning that our designers and architects were truly able to envision and see and walk through the spaces virtually before ever having even built the spaces, so that they can really understand, does this make sense? Is it functional for our guests before they even made the Celebrity Edge series? So designed fully in 3D, allowing us to have full scope and capability of seeing what will work and what will not work. We did create 4 themed main restaurants for Celebrity Edge series, and we'll get into that a little bit later. And some elevated dining experiences here with Fine Cut Steakhouse, Le Grand Bistro, Raw on 5, and some new venues, including Destination Gateway. Again, that rooftop garden experience. The Infinite Veranda was introduced, the Magic Carpet, and Eden. So as I mentioned, Celebrity Edge series, 4 ships currently in the fleet. The 5th one, Celebrity Excel, joining us in November of this year. And then we will actually have already put on order Excel 2, working title, that will debut in 2028. So we are so confident that Excel will be such another game-changing ship in this series that we've already ordered her sister. So the reason why the Celebrity Edge series really is a game-changing ship and has really just made waves with every single ship we've brought into the fleet is because of its incredible design, the incredible attention to detail, and just the finishes and textures, textiles that were used on these ships really just stand in a class of their own. So when we look at the Grand Plaza and what I like to really refer to it as the heartbeat of the ship, it's located it spans 3 decks high from decks 3 all the way up to deck 5 and is really just the central hub of the ship. You can't go from the forward of the ship to the back of the ship without passing through the Grand Plaza. And the Grand Plaza, as the day goes on, continues to get a little bit more lively. And by the end of the night, it truly is the place to be. Our bartenders are serving up incredible martinis and cocktails as they do their flair bartending. And plus, the chandelier puts on a dazzling light and music display several times per night, where then our bartenders do some really incredible choreographed dances to it, just really bringing up the liveliness and the energy of the Celebrity Edge series. Do you see the Grand Plaza here on Celebrity Edge, Celebrity Apex? And then you'll notice some differences as we moved on to Celebrity Beyond and Ascent. And that was the beauty of having these ships that just evolve after each other, is that we're able to make tweaks and modifications as we see fit to better suit our guests and to better suit the experience for our guests. So you'll see on Beyond and Ascent, we moved the martini bar into the center of the Grand Plaza, really allowing for more conversation and free flowing and just energy at the Grand Plaza itself. So one of my favorite places to be on board any of our Edge series. Now we'll move on to Eden. Eden is an absolutely amazing space that was created on board Celebrity Edge and has followed through on the rest of our vessels. And she's a space that I like to call, as she transitions from chillful in the morning, playful in the afternoon, and wonderful in the evening. And what that means is that in the morning, it's a great place to grab a cup of coffee, a quick bite of breakfast at our Eden Cafe, and maybe just walk on up that ramp up to deck 6, as you can see some chairs there on the left-hand picture, that you can just overlook the beautiful ocean and the places you've been or the port that you're pulling into. It's just very quiet, serene, and a great place to start your day in the morning. Then in the afternoon, it starts to get a little livelier as we may have some live music playing from the baby grand piano. The bar is open. We're starting to really come alive, whether you're returning from a shore excursion or just enjoying a great sea day. Then in the evening, it really turns into wonderful with our specialty restaurant, Eden, located in the upper right photo, an open air concept kitchen that brings a unique twist to a lot of our classic dishes. Just a really beautiful way to end your evening and watches the sun sets behind, dips into the ocean. And then, of course, really great entertainment. We have our Cirque du Soleil style intimate entertainment. So it's not necessarily in a theater type setting. As you can see, it's really open. It's an open concept. It's got really comfortable seating. So it allows for just this really amazing opportunity to get up close and personal with our entertainment. So Eden, again, is one of my other favorite venues on board Edge series, but hard to pick just one because they really are so incredible. And then, of course, probably the most standout feature on board Edge series is the Magic Carpet. Now, the Magic Carpet is a moving platform that can stop at 4 different decks. As you can see right now, she's positioned at deck 14. This is an extension of our resort deck. So she is the size of about a tennis court with full bar and lounge capabilities. So we do have a full attended bar on board, and then just a really great place to relax, unwind, and kind of get a different perspective of whether you're on a sea day or we're pulling in or out of port. Now, one of the main features of the Magic Carpet is to help assist in tender ports. So if Celebrity Edge series has any tender ports, we can actually lower the Magic Carpet to sea level on deck 2 and utilize our edge launchers to help move our guests from ship to shore in a much more calm and relaxed way versus the days of tenders past. So the edge launchers and the Magic Carpet have really been a really great improvement to our tendering operations at the ports that we do require a tender. So now we'll get into some of the dining options on board Celebrity Edge series. So with that, we have our main restaurants, and that's really a huge differentiator between our Edge series and the rest of our fleet. With the Celebrity Edge series, we took the concept of one main dining room and created 4 main restaurants, all complementary, which allows for you to move through each of these 4 different dining venues each evening of your cruise as you wish, to experience different menus and different cuisines. So we have Cyprus, which is Mediterranean, Tuscan's Italian, Cosmopolitan is American, and Normandy is French. So each of these 4 restaurants feature the same celebrity classics and signature menu each night. Plus, each one will also offer its own ambiance along with a selection of exclusive regionally inspired dishes and drinks. So each one will also have 3 appetizers, 3 entrees, and desserts that are specific to those regions and cuisines to which they service. And they're really incredible. So you can really rotate throughout your voyage and experience 4 incredible different dining opportunities and destinations while you're on board. So now as we move into the Celebrity Excel, we are so excited because we didn't find your happy place, we built it. Celebrity Excel, our highly anticipated 5th Edge Series ship debuting this coming November and setting sail from Fort Lauderdale. So let's take a quick peek at what Celebrity Excel has to offer. All right, so you saw there that we have few different types or few new venues that we are excited to launch with Celebrity Excel. There will be 7 new spaces and experiences that will be exclusive to Celebrity Excel. So in the video, you saw most of them. We'll start with Bora, which is our brand new restaurant that we are going to feature. It's going to take the space of our rooftop garden grill. So we're just evolving our spaces and ensuring that we keep it fresh for all of our guests that sail with us. So Bora will be thinking of our brunch, our over-the-top rooftop brunch that will feature build your own Bloody Mary bar, mimosa flight, and everything that we love about a sea day brunch. And then in the evening, it'll turn into an intimate and more personalized with elevated cocktails and dishes prepared tableside, really focusing on our Mediterranean roots. Now, the Bazaar is one of my most anticipated venues to see on board Celebrity Excel. And this will be taking the footprint of Eden. So what's Eden on the other Celebrity Edge series ships, the Bazaar will now become that on Celebrity Excel. Now, the Bazaar will be the epicenter of excitement, and you'll get swept away by the culture, tradition, and festivals of the places you'll visit. So essentially, we are bringing you to the destinations we visit before we even get there, through different types of festivals, through classes, whether it be culinary classes, dance classes, and we'll even feature handmade local artisans on board, featuring some of the most prized possessions of things that we can find at the destinations we visit. So we're super excited to see the debut of the Bazaar and all of the excitement she'll bring with her. And then taking the space of Eden, which is a specialty restaurant in Eden, we will now have Mosaic, and it's going to be an incredible open air concept kitchen that will really, again, give you a taste of the destinations that we're traveling to. So the Bazaar, in a sense, is just a sensory overload and making sure that we touch all of those senses of the destinations that we travel to. We respect and love the destinations we travel to. So we wanted to bring those on board to really provide a more immersive experience for our guests when we sail there. Then, as you saw, we have the Celebrity Flagship Store. This will be the first ever flagship experience. And what's so unique about this venue is that it will help make you part of our story, putting the ship back in flagship store. So it'll be part museum, part store, all celebrity. And what that means is we'll have relics and artifacts of the entire storied celebrity history. So we're really excited to see that. And then, of course, we'll have things available for purchase, whether you want to purchase some of our artifacts and relics and prized possessions of Celebrity Cruises, or make your own stamp on history with going ahead and making you part of our story as well. Then we also introduced the Pool Club, and this will really just be an elevated version or really just an evolution of our resort deck here. So it's really setting the standard, a new standard for the all day, all night poolside experience with newly designed cabanas, a pool valet, more shade, and more entertainment. We know that the pool is probably the biggest draw on a sea day, and we're going to make it a little bit more lively and a little bit more fun. And earlier this year, we announced the coolest day ever. So, on board all of our Caribbean sailings this year, we have the coolest day ever, which is one sea day where we do a sun up to sundown experience at the pool with surprise and delights from our food and beverage teams, exciting entertainment, pool Olympics, and so much more. And then when the sun goes down, the energy turns up, and we have incredible poolside celebrations throughout the entire night. So now on all of our celebrity Caribbean sailings, we have one day featuring the coolest day ever. It's always going to be on a sea day. Generally, the last sea day is where we'll see this, but we're really excited, and it's been very well received, and it's just so much fun. I had the opportunity to take part in the coolest day ever, and it truly was the coolest day ever. And then another new venue on board is the Attic at the Club. So the club is already a venue. It spans decks 4 and 5 on board Edge Series ship. So we're really just taking the fifth deck, so the upper deck of the club itself, and we're making it all play all day, where it's game time, all grown up. As you can see, we're going to have some really great arcade games, interactive games, as well as some food and drinks available as well. And then I think what I'm probably looking most forward to, and I know I've said that a lot, but there's just so much excitement around Celebrity Excel, is the spa enhancements. I love the spa. I love sailing in Aqua Class and having those spa amenities available to me when I sail them complimentary. But now we're adding the Hydro Room, and this has been something that we have been asked time and time again for by our guests. So the Hydro Room will allow our guests to indulge in our first ever water-focused wellness experience within the thermal suite. And then, of course, we are adding in a vitamin D deck. So we are adding some additional outdoor spaces for relaxation just outside the sea thermal suite, really maximizing the amount of space that our guests have while they're sailing with us. So now that we've talked a little bit about the different venues you can experience on board Celebrity Edge Series, now we'll get into some of the accommodations on board Celebrity Edge Series. So as I mentioned earlier, the retreat. The retreat is hands down the most premium exclusive amenity or premium exclusive retreat at sea, including premium drinks, premium Wi-Fi, concierge service, butler service in every suite, and exclusive venues. And what those exclusive venues mean is that you, being part of the retreat, will have 3 exclusive venues available for you day or night. So we have the Sun Deck, which is going to be your private outdoor oasis for retreat guests that allow you to enjoy the sun in a relaxed environment. As you can see here, it's at the forward of the ship. It overlooks or it sits over the bridge. So you have just sweeping views like the captain does. And you see those beautiful plush loungers, a nice cool pool. There's a hot tub as well. And there's even an opportunity for some al fresco dining at the outdoor bar. Now, another space that's very popular with our retreat guests is the retreat lounge. And this is the place where you can drop in anytime for a coffee or any drinks on us. We also feature light bites to eat, a spot to curl up with a good book, or catch up with friends. That's also where you can find your dedicated concierge available to assist with anything from ship to shore, whether it be dining reservations, shore excursion reservations. Our concierge is dedicated to help you make the most of your vacation without having to lift a finger. Then, of course, Lumine. We all know food on Celebrity Cruises is absolutely amazing. And in Lumine, you have the ability to dine like kings and queens, where you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner served with an elevated menu curated by our chef ambassador, Chef Danielle Balloud. And it's rotating each evening in just a really intimate, beautiful setting for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Then as we move through to Aqua Class, as you can see here, we have a view of what our Aqua Class staterooms look like. These are our Aqua Class staterooms. They're infinite verandas on board Celebrity Edge series. As you can see, they're exactly the same as our veranda cabins. However, they include more amenities within the cabin itself. So we include a yoga mat and some light gym equipment for you to work out in your room. We included some upgraded toiletries in the bathroom and a little bit more of a prioritized location on board the ships as well. Then also in Aqua Class, you have access to Blue, which is your own private restaurant available for breakfast and dinner. It's going to feature lighter, cleaner cuisine, but it's absolutely amazing. A rotating menu each evening. And if you're traveling with the guests that may want to order off the main dining room menu, we still have that available to order as well. So plenty of options for all guests in your travel party. And then, as I mentioned, all Aqua Class guests receive complimentary access to our Sea Thermal Suite on board our Edge series or our Persian Gardens on board Millennium and Solstice Class. Our Sea Thermal Suite does include up to 8 different treatment rooms, whether it be 2 types of saunas, steam rooms, a cool room, a crystallarium, and of course, those heated stone beds that are absolutely everybody's favorite. And of course, a dedicated spa concierge to help with all of your spa necessities. And then just below Aqua Class, we have Concierge Class. And Concierge Class is a great way to experience Celebrity Cruises as it comes with some really great upgraded amenities such as sparkling wine upon embarkation, daily delectable delights. You have a pillow menu selection upon request. We have binoculars and umbrellas for in case of inclement weather, you want to spot the wildlife out of the side of the ship. And you even receive some additional celebrity amenities while you're in your stateroom. Excuse me. When it comes to dining, you do receive an exclusive embarkation day luncheon. So instead of going up to the Ocean View Cafe and having to fight or join all of the other cruisers up there, you have a private seated and plated embarkation luncheon in the main dining room, which is an absolutely amazing way to kick off your incredible vacation. And then just taking a quick peek at what our infinite verandas look like, as I showed you in the Aqua Class staterooms, very similar to Aqua Class. Each of our infinite verandas, and if you're not familiar with infinite verandas, you can see in the photo there that it is an enclosed veranda. And by the push of a button, you can take your floor to ceiling glass window and bring it halfway down to create your balcony. What this does is that it brings the outside in and allows for you to have those floor to ceiling glass window, sit out and enjoy the view, even if there might be inclement weather. It just really allows for more space in the stateroom. It makes it feel spacious, makes it feel lighter, and it's really been well received as we've moved from Celebrity Edge series. Plenty of storage room in all of the staterooms on board Celebrities. You'll never worry about where is everything going to fit if you pack for a 3-week cruise, even if you're only on a 1-week cruise. Plenty of storage. The bathrooms are quite large as well. So you'll have plenty of space and storage as you enjoy your Celebrity Cruise vacation. So now we'll switch gears a little bit over to our Solstice series. And the Solstice series, as I mentioned, 5 incredible ships that are really some of the favorites of our guests. And Celebrity Solstice series debuted in about 2008, 2009. So they've been around for quite some time now. And we know that in order for us to evolve as a company, as Celebrity Cruises, we have to make sure that the rest of our fleet is well taken care of and stays up to date with the latest innovation and technology and gives you, our guests, a reason to keep coming back for more. So we're excited to announce the redesign, reignite, and renew, where we are making classics new again. And we're starting with Celebrity Solstice. So starting in January 2026, Celebrity Solstice is going to go in for a major dry dock and a major revolution of her own as we bring her up to new standards and really just freshen her up and we make her new again. So we'll have this unique hull design. We're calling this Celebrity Renewed. So she'll have this distinguishable hull design here for Celebrity Solstice. And we'll even include a lot of new venues. So she is going to be taken down to the studs. We are going to do everything to make her look new again, where we are refreshing the staterooms, we are adding new venues, and we are really keeping it exciting and new for Celebrity Cruises. So Celebrity Solstice will be the first to go in starting January 2026, and she'll be back in the water March 2026. So you can go ahead and book yourself to sail on Celebrity Solstice Renewed starting March 2026. We'll feature new restaurants and dining options, reimagined spaces that are some of our guest favorites, and of course, some few surprises along the way. So now that we know what all of our ships look like and you're excited to go and try these new destinations, or excuse me, these new dining venues and public venues and maybe relax at the spa, you got to go somewhere, right? So where are you going to sail with Celebrity Cruises? So we really look at the destinations we visit, and we do take you to the world's top destinations, allowing you to indulge in all your senses through an elevated journey. We visit all 7 continents and journey to over 300 destinations in 79 countries. The ports we visit, that's the best thing about cruising. And that's why we love cruising so much, is that we wake up in a new place every day as we help you broaden your horizons with up to 8 countries in one voyage, exceeding your expectations for what a premium vacation can be. And as you can see here, just a quick sample of some of the destinations we travel to. You've got the beautiful Caribbean, and of course, you've got the exciting Colosseum of Europe as well. So to help understand where do Celebrity Cruises sail throughout the year, I like to break it down into 2 different segments in the year here. So we have April through November, which we call our spring summer. And that's really where our ships spread their wings and they sail to different destinations and they follow where the weather is best. So in the spring and summer, we really send our best hardware up to Alaska to enjoy beautiful round trip sailings from Seattle, Vancouver, and even our open jaw destination, which is where you can add on that Alaska cruise tour experience. Of course, we always have our one ship sailing in the Galapagos, Celebrity Flora. And in Europe is where we really make our investment because we know that our guests, the guests that sails on Celebrity Cruises, loves to go to Europe. They love to expand their horizons. They love the history and the incredible opportunities for them to see destinations in a shorter amount of time that maybe they wouldn't be afforded if they went just on land. So cruising really is kind of like that appetizer platter of Europe where you really get to sample a little bit of everything and then maybe decide where do you want to go back and invest and spend more time. So I absolutely love sailing in Europe. We have 6 ships sailing in Europe this year and next year. Our summer season is April through November, so plenty of opportunity to take advantage. And we have 6 different departure ports in Europe. So we have our Northern Europe opportunities here sailing out of Southampton and Amsterdam, where you can get into those Northern Baltic countries or sail to the British Isles. Then you have the Mediterranean. And this is where Celebrity Cruises truly excels, is in the Mediterranean. Born of Greek roots, we are staying true to those roots where we sail from Barcelona to Rome, Rome to Barcelona, Ravenna, which is just south of Venice itself, and then, of course, Athens, where we have opportunities to sail the idyllic Greek islands, the Western Mediterranean of Spain, France, and Italy, and everything in between. So Europe is one of my absolute favorite places to visit, specifically while sailing on Celebrity Cruises. Then, of course, Asia. Asia has been an incredibly popular destination over the last few years, and there's no signs of it slowing down. So we do have Celebrity Millennium as our year-round ship in Asia, which allows for incredible opportunities to sail and see Asia year-round. And then, of course, we do keep 3 ships here in the Northeast and Caribbean in the winter and summer. We have Bermuda, Iceland, and Canada. We also have 7-night round trip from Miami. And we even feature 3 and 4 nights for that quick Bahamas getaway. Then when we look to our November to April deployment, you can see that the ships start to come back to their home ports here in Florida. We have 9 ships sailing the Caribbean this coming winter and spring. And we have 4 departure ports. We have Tampa, Port Canaveral, Miami, and Fort Lauderdale, offering everything from 3 to 12-night sailings. So no matter where in the Caribbean you are looking to sail, we have a ship that will visit that destination. We're also excited to announce our return to South America with the beautiful Celebrity Equinox. She will be doing 14-night sailings round trip Buenos Aires. So a really great way to see incredible destinations in South America. And then we do keep Celebrity Infinity in Athens or in Europe year round. And then we double our inventory in Asia in the winter and spring with the Celebrity Solstice joining Celebrity Millennium. And Celebrity Solstice will primarily focus on Southeast Asia with visits to Vietnam and Thailand, including India, Bora Bora. So really beautiful itineraries and a great way to package some back-to-back sailing. So sailing on 1 to 2, maybe even 3 sailings, so that you can really maximize your journey over to Asia by seeing as much as possible. And then, of course, we also sail down under in Australia, New Zealand with Celebrity Edge. When it's our winter, it's their summer. So really great weather and great itineraries sailing to Australia and New Zealand. Now, as we talk and get into a little bit more about the destinations that we sail to, just some fun facts about our Alaska ports. We do have 9 different ports that we call on in Alaska. And I know that may not sound like very many for being the largest state in the US. However, it is a very remote state. So the fact that there are 9 ports for us to visit is absolutely incredible. And we do it so incredibly well with 69 ports having over 10 plus hours in port to explore and 29 calls with over 12 plus hours in port. So while you look at some of our itineraries by maybe Alaska or Europe or Caribbean, and you may say, well, you're not covering as much ground as you would like to, you'll notice that you spend more time in the destinations that you're visiting because we want you to immerse yourself in those different destinations. We do have 3 departure ports in sailing to Alaska. We have Seattle, Vancouver, and Seward. And we have 6 different destinations in our Alaska cruise tour. So our Alaska cruise tour we'll get into in just a moment, but just a quick reminder of the 3 ships we have sailing in Alaska. And this is for both the 25 and the 2026 season. The 25 season is coming to a close in the next month or so, but the 2026 season is open for booking. So if Alaska is on your list, it is best to book early as those sought out after cabins can be the first to go. So you want to make sure that you get your priority of choice of date, sailing, and the category stateroom that you wish. So now as we get into Alaska cruise tours, you might be asking yourself, well, what is an Alaska cruise tour? Well, the Alaska cruise tour allows for you to have a more in-depth exploration of Alaska. It allows for you to pair a land portion with your 7-night cruise. You can do anywhere from 2 to 6 nights on land in addition to that 7-night cruise. So when you're really thinking about when should I go to Alaska, you really should be asking yourself, when do I have the most time to spend in Alaska? Because that will give you the opportunity to have an unforgettable cruise, stay in our authentic lodges. You'll have local guides, deluxe transportation, and included experience. So you really get to journey deeper into the Alaska frontier. And I love this map so much because as you can see in the lower right-hand side of the map, those are all the destinations that you have the opportunity to see when you're sailing on a Celebrity Alaska cruise. However, when you're able to pair it with the land portion, you notice just how much further you can get into the interior of Alaska. So when you go to Alaska, you want to see the mountains, the glaciers, the wildlife, and there is so much more of an opportunity to see it, and a guarantee that you may see it when you add the Alaska cruise tour portion. So some of the destinations that we include in our Alaska cruise tour are Seward, Homer, Alyeska, Anchorage, Talkeetna, Mount McKinley, Fairbanks, and of course, the opportunity to go into Denali National Park and see the highest mountain peak in North America. So a really great way to pair an Alaska cruise is with the Alaska Land Cruise Tour package to discover Alaska by land and by sea. Now switching gears over to Europe, one of my absolute favorite destinations. I could go to Europe every single year. And really, just as it is the oldest continent, it is a treasure trove of new experience. So whatever you want, you will find it here, as I mentioned before. We have over 100 ports of call, over 100 different destinations visited. We have 59 overnights in 9 cities. Again, really spending more time in the destinations that we visit, 22 countries, and we are adding a new port of call in 2026 to New Greenland. And Greenland has also been a very popular country that has come up recently. So we are expanding our calls and port in Greenland as we can. Departure ports. The Excel will have her inaugural season in Europe, so we're super excited for that. And we'll even feature some solar eclipse sailings while in Iceland. So the solar eclipse will take place next summer, and Celebrity will be there in Iceland for some solar eclipse sailing. And then, as I mentioned, we really invest a lot of our hardware into Europe because it truly is some of the most amazing cities and ports that you can visit, and such a myriad of different itineraries that allow for a different experience with every single ship that you choose, and a really great opportunity to, again, pair those back to back. So if you are looking to spend more time in the destinations that you sail and have more time to sail with us, I highly encourage you to look into a back to back sailing, because many of them featured allow for you to pair a sailing with another sailing that doesn't repeat a single port. For example, Celebrity Equinox, she does a 9-night, a 10-night, and a 9-night. So 28 nights, and you do not repeat a single port. Absolutely amazing way to spend 28 days exploring Europe, if I do say so myself. So now we'll come a little closer to home and sail in the Caribbean, which everybody knows is known for its relaxation. Whether you're going to the Western Caribbean and experiencing the Mayan ruins of Mexico, or sailing to the Eastern Caribbean and enjoying those beautiful sun-drenched beaches in St. Martin or St. Thomas, or exploring further and deeper into the Southern Caribbean of the ABC Islands. So the Caribbean ports is, again, the destination that will leave you relaxed for days to come, with 31 total destinations and 18 countries visited. Some departure ports, as I mentioned, we have Celebrity Beyond departing from Miami, and Celebrity Apex will be departing from Port Canaveral. Port Canaveral is quickly becoming the busiest home port in North America. So it is a very busy port, but it's a great port to sail from. You can get to some beautiful destinations if you're located in Central Florida, North Florida, or even in some of the surrounding states as well. So some of my favorite Caribbean islands here include our long Caribbean, on Celebrity Ascent, where she actually does Panama Canal. So she'll go into the Panama Canal through the locks, turn around in the lake, and then continue on down to the Southern Caribbean. And that's an incredible 2-for-1 vacation, if you do ask me. I think it's a great way to knock off two destinations with the Panama Canal and the ABC Islands. So Celebrity Ascent will be doing several of those later this year and into 2026. But a plethora of itineraries to choose from, everything from 3-night sailings all the way up to 12-night sailings. And as I mentioned, if you didn't know, Celebrity Excel is coming. She's going to be here November 9th. We are taking delivery of her early. So we're so excited to announce a preview sailing November 9th through the 13th. This is a 4-night Mexico sailing. So if you want to be one of the first to set sail on Celebrity Excel, we have a 4-night sailing round trip from Fort Lauderdale. And then we'll also have a 5-night maiden voyage. And this will be a 5-night Mexico and Bahamas right before the Thanksgiving holiday. So a wonderful way to kick off the holiday season and spend 5 nights on board the beautiful and brand new Celebrity Excel. And then after she does those 2 preview and maiden voyages, she will then move into a 7-night rotation where she'll transition from a 7-night Eastern to 7-night Western. Again, a really great way to package or put 2 sailings back to back, enjoy 14 beautiful nights on board Celebrity Excel, and experience all of the new ports that she will be sailing to. And then lastly, I just like to point out some of my favorite picks that are coming up, whether they are this year, whether they are coming soon in the coming months, or later on in the year. So we have some really great short Caribbean options here on board Celebrity Summit. She is doing a 5-night Key West and Bahamas. Now, I live in Miami. I love Key West, but I don't love the drive to Key West. So if there's ever a sailing that is visiting Key West, you can find me on it. because it's a great way. The ship docks right there in Mallory Square. You're within walking distance to all of the favorite attractions and sites in Key West. And then you just make your way back to the ship and you continue on to your next destination. So it's a really great way to experience Key West. We're the only ship in port. So it's just a really great day in Key West. And then you continue on to Bimini, Bahamas, which again, we're the only ship in port. So it feels like a private island oasis when we're in port at Bimini. So 2 days at sea, two really great ports. You can't miss it. Lots of really great opportunities in 25 and into 2026. Then, of course, we have the Celebrity Beyond. She is our year round ship sailing out of Miami and sailing to the Caribbean, where she'll be doing Eastern and Western Caribbean calls. And she'll even have a couple of port days at Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So, Royal Caribbean's award winning private island. Being part of the Royal Caribbean group, we have the opportunity to sail there and experience some of the really incredible options and attractions at Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So, look out for some of those sailings there as well. Celebrity Eclipse doing 6 night sailings to Grand Cayman, Bahamas, and Mexico. Some really great destinations there. I love going to Grand Cayman and Cozumel as well. And of course, some sea days too. So, as we look into a little further in the year, and maybe you need a little bit of a break before the holidays, or maybe you want to escape for the holidays or take your family on a holiday vacation and start a new tradition. We have plenty of holiday sailings, whether it be Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas, or New Year's. No better way to spend and ring in the new year than on vacation on board Celebrity Cruises. Lastly, we have a couple of last minute or late itineraries in Europe. So it's nice. The weather is starting to cool down. Most of the tourists have left. So this is actually the last European sailing for Celebrity Equinox, and it's a great 9 night Italy to Barcelona, calling on some of the most beautiful Italian ports with some overnights as well. And then lastly, Celebrity Summit. This is her last sailing in Alaska this coming year. And this is the southbound. So you'll start in Seward and sail down to Vancouver, giving you the opportunity to add on that Alaska Cruise Tour land portion before you set sail. So just a couple few remaining staterooms left on Alaska this summer. But if not, there's still opportunities for next year. Now let's get into some offers and promotions available. Right now, we're in our summer sale. We are in the thick of the summer sale. We're winding down in summer, but the summer sales are still going on. So we offer up to take 75% off the second guest, save up to $500 per stateroom, or get up to $450 in onboard credit. And talk to your cruise.com, a sales associate, so you can make sure that you're getting the best deal for you. And they know about all of our incredible promotions. And plus, we're including some third and fourth guest sale free on select sailing. So notice how that's not kids sale free. That is third and fourth guests in the stateroom of any age. So if you and some friends are looking to go on a cruise, this is a great way to do it, where third and fourth guest sale free, or even bring the kids along for a great vacation. So reach out, make sure that you're taking advantage of all of the really great promotions we have available with your cruise.com associate. And I just want to thank all of you so much for tuning in tonight or wherever you may be, and just learning a little bit more about all of the great stuff coming to Celebrity Cruises very, very soon, whether it be our river cruises, Celebrity Excel, or even further down the road. We're really excited about the future here at Celebrity Cruises, and we want to thank you for journeying with us and remembering that nothing comes close to Celebrity Cruises. So thank you so much, and I'll turn it back over to Camila.
Thank you so much for that, Christina. Now, I do see Valerie put a question in the chat regarding the magic carpet. Does it block the views from the cabanas?
It does not. So where the cabanas are, the magic carpet does not obscure those views at all.
Perfect. Does anybody else have any other questions before we close it up for tonight? No, looks like that was a lot of information and everyone's pretty set. Again, if anyone has any questions regarding any particular bookings or any specials, you can always call us at cruise.com or talk to one of our agents. And yeah, thank you so much, Christina. Thank you everyone for joining us. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you. Have a great night.